Hey, this is Sam Leonard. Now in today's video, what I'm going to be talking about is how to deal with unconscious people, because this can provide a level of frustration for us. When we're on this journey of personal growth or spiritual development, we're increasing our own awareness, but we're also increasing awareness of others. And we can see these subconscious patterns they're running, these behaviors, their reactions. They're being at a level of unconsciousness. And obviously they're projecting that into their environment and onto us. So how is it that we deal with that? Well, firstly, we have to understand that everyone is at their own level of consciousness. Everyone projects from their level of awareness. They're dealing with life based on their level of awareness, based on their level of consciousness. So we have to understand that. We have to become compassionate to that. We can't judge them and think of them as below us because, you know, they're not working on developing their own consciousness, because that would by default bring us down and not be as high a conscious as we believe we are. So we can't judge them. We can't put them in a position that's below us. We have to understand that that's where they are on their journey. So this enables us to come to a level of compassion of where they are. Also, if we're on this path of spiritual development, then we have to raise our level of perspective and look at it from a challenge, because ultimately humans are one of our biggest challenges that we can deal with. Their behaviors, their reactions, you know, people, like I said, they're projecting from their level of awareness, and a lot of the time they're unconscious. And this is one of the biggest challenges that we can deal with. You know, a lot of the upset, the frustration, the negative emotions we deal with, a lot of that comes from other people, but we have to come to this level of awareness and personal responsibility and not blame them for all this. So it's like a spiritual practice, it's like a spiritual challenge, and that's how we have to see it. Have a higher perspective on it and see it as a challenge, because this is an opportunity for us to grow our emotional intelligence, our emotional resilience, and really become present. You know, when people are acting unconsciously, we don't want to, because consciousness affects consciousness. And this is why when someone is rude or they're being emotional or they're behaving in an unconscious way, because they're letting the egoic mind take over and they're just being reactive. They're just like this habitual process and they're not really being conscious. This gives us the opportunity to grow ourselves, to become present, to understand what's happening, be aware of the thoughts in our mind and our emotional reaction to that, and become present. And in doing that, this is how we raise our consciousness even more. And we can, like their consciousness, they're projecting their level of unconscious behavior onto us, onto their environment. It's the same for us. If we are raising our perspective, coming from a more compassionate and understanding and higher conscious place, then we will affect them as well, because we're not just feeding off their unconscious behavior. What we don't want to do is become unconscious ourselves and matching their emotional reaction, because that doesn't help us. We have to look at it as an opportunity for personal growth, for spiritual development, like a spiritual challenge, as it were, to become present and to be aware of our emotions and our thoughts. And in this way, we give ourselves time to behave or react or not react or do whatever it is that we see fit from a conscious level, and not just habitually reacting from an unconscious level. So we have to think of these people as a blessing almost. They're helping us on our journey of spiritual growth. If we see them, if we chunk up and see from a higher level, higher perspective, then we can use them as an opportunity to grow in ourselves, to raise our own consciousness. And not only are we benefiting ourselves, we're also benefiting them as well and other people around us. So I hope this video has helped you. I hope you can look into these unconscious people in a different way, and it will help your spiritual practice, help your own development. And I'll catch you on one of my next videos.